Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Valerie and today is Saturday, October the 12th, and we are here with another budgeting video. In this video, I will be budgeting my mid-month paycheck for October, as well as the reimbursement from my work trip that I received as well. I'm finally got that because that took a little bit to get. And also in this video, we'll be going over how to remove an account in YNAB because one of my credit cards was closed. So I'll need to hide that or close it in YNAB. And then also, I'm thinking about closing one of my high yield savings accounts. So my Ally account, actually. So I did have to, I needed to send some money to some family. So I went ahead and just transferred all of the money that was in my high yield savings account back to my checking account. And so with that, right now, my high yield savings account has a zero balance. And I also no longer have the credit card that was with that account as well. So I'm thinking that I don't even need that high yield savings account anymore. I might keep it. I have not decided yet. But let's go ahead and get started on this all account screen. I have 19 transactions in here and counting because I did not prepare for it, but Amazon Prime Day happened this week. It was Tuesday and Wednesday, and I went a little, I didn't go, okay, I went crazy. Yeah, I can admit I went crazy. I had a bunch of stuff that was in my Amazon cart and then my save for later. And then I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and buy the things. Not everything was on sale, a part of the Prime Day sale, but because I was going ahead and making the purchases, I just went ahead and bought some of what I needed and some of what I wanted. But they were in multiple purchases and with different cards, because yeah, for some reason I tried, because I was wanting to use my Apple card for the purchases. That way it would, I would get that cash back, the daily cash for the purchases, and it would go towards going ahead and buying the Final Cut Pro sooner. However, with one of my purchases, um, I guess it was over some type of threshold, so my Apple card decided to decline the transaction. But by the time I saw it, it was like an hour later when I saw the email. So I went to the Apple card app on my phone, the wallet app, and then I clicked on accept the transaction, and so it did it again. But the Amazon purchase had already went to my backup card. So I still wanted to use my Apple card though. So when I went into my Amazon order, a few of the things that I had ordered had already been purchased and I couldn't change it. So the items that I could cancel, I went ahead and canceled those. And then I turned off the used backup card on my Amazon and repurchased those same items that I had canceled using the Apple card, and it went through. But all of the purchases have not shown up on the Apple card yet. So with Amazon, it doesn't always do the purchase, the total price, because it'll charge your card as items start to ship out. So a lot of the things have not shipped yet. So the purchases are not going to reflect on the card yet. But we'll get to that because I still need to budget for those things. And I did not. And it was a lot of money. It was more than I really wanted to spend. I'll put it that way. So let's go ahead and do this part first. first. Okay, so we got a bunch of items that we already had in here. So let's go ahead and do the ones that have links, because we know those are good to go, as we had did those in the previous video. And this one is the paycheck. I did verify that that is the correct amount, and plus it linked it, so it's good. So we can approve those items. And then, so this Ally High Yield Savings Account, this was the interest earned. I have already moved this money over. So that went to the family. So let's approve that. And then my Apple Cash. So this is where I had to, where I needed to send money to family. So this was that amount. So let's go ahead and approve that. And this was the transfer that I did from the checking account to the Apple Cash to give that to the family. This was the transfer that I mentioned from my Ally High Yield Savings Account to my checking account. Again, I just went ahead and zeroed out the High Yield Savings Account and sent it all to the checking account. So there's nothing in that High Yield Savings Account anymore. Right? And here we have, after I sent the $500 to the family, I had the $174 left over. I didn't want to leave that in my checking account, so I went ahead and moved that to my my Navy Federal savings account. So that money will be sitting in there until I decide. I think I am just going to leave the money for that I save up for family, the $1,000 that I have for family and friends. I'm just going to leave that $1,000 in my Navy Federal savings account for easier access, because the Ally one wasn't really working with the Zelle thing, because I couldn't use the same Zelle because I have Zelle with Navy Federal, and you can't use the same email or whatnot for your account, so I would have to make a whole new one, which I didn't want to do. So I just went ahead and canceled that. And plus, most of the family and friends I send money to use Apple Pay, and that's linked to my Navy Federal account. So I think that's better for me. All right, this is my monthly subscription, so we can go ahead and approve that. That will always be accurate because it's always $1.99. It's not changing. And then this is my reimbursement for work. So we have that money to budget today as well. All right, so, and then these are some of the pending transactions that we have that I'm showing right now into on the budget. So I'm going to go ahead and enter them, even though they are pending. I'm gonna go ahead and enter them and just leave them as pending. All right, so now let's go to Navy Federal. And I already have it open. Well, I did have it open. Let's see if it's signed me out, but easy enough to open and log in. All right, so my checking account is showing a balance of $6,015.78, and that matches. So we are good to go to reconcile. And if my if this looks a little different, it's because I updated how my my YNAB looks using the toolkit for YNAB. So if you're using Google Chrome, you can add the extension YNAB toolkit. All you have to do is open up a new tab for Google extensions and go through that, and you can search for it. And you can modify how your YNAB screen looks. So that's why my reconciled transactions look green, because I selected to have that to separate from regular transactions versus reconcile transactions. And then I also did this, they added a new thing in there so you can separate by month. So let's go ahead and approve this one right quick. So yeah, so you can separate by month once you're at the end of the month. So it'll show you like between September and August and July, blase blase. So that's in all your accounts. It'll have that divider between the months. Let's go to the bills account. Balance of $220.31. That is correct. So we can go ahead and reconcile. Oh, and I changed this too. So usually this portion, the balance and the working balance is usually right under on the left side over here, but there was an option to add it to streamline it across the top to make it more compact so you can see more transactions on the actual screen too as well. So I thought that looked better. All right, and my savings account has a balance of $1,175.78, and that is correct. Then my Amex card, because part of the purchases went to my Amex card as the backup card, it has a balance of $309.70, and why does it have 70? This says $309.80. Where's the extra 10 cents? Oh, Amazon did like a mini charge to make sure that the account worked. So this transaction right here is no longer showing on the Amex card. It's only showing the $195.06 for Amazon and then the $39.95 for the MyFico. And then my work expenses, $74.69, which was already done. So this transaction here is no longer there. So let's go ahead and I'm going to delete it. So $309.70. So I'm gonna go ahead and reconcile. And yes, this $114.64 is correct. As you can see down here, after the MyFico subscription, the running balance is $114.64, which is correct because the $195.06 is a pending charge and it has not cleared yet. So we can go ahead and reconcile for them. Alrighty. Next we have, I don't think I made any charges on Capital One, so we can skip that. Nothing's coming up on, so I just have my Hulu subscription coming up, but that's not yet, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's go to my Apple Card. So Apple Cash should be 0. So we have the 2 transactions, money coming from Navy, the Navy Federal checking account, and then that money going to family. So we can reconcile that. Then we have my Apple Card. I have a balance of $313.13. This is showing $315.12. So let's take a look at the numbers or the charges. So we have a charge of $148.31. That is here. Then we have $143.07. That is here. And then on October 1st, we have $9.99, which is there. So my She Reads Truth subscription is still pending. It has not came through yet. So I'm thinking maybe the date is wrong. So maybe the date is no longer on the 8th for that charge. Let's open up my Apple subscriptions. Yeah, so on my Apple subscriptions, it's showing that the next renewal is on November 8th, which means October 8th was the previous one, but it's just not showing um, on Apple yet. Which is weird. Because the 8th was a Tuesday. So so why aren't you showing? I don't know. But it's not there yet. So we're just going to leave it as pending. So there's no need to reconcile right now because none of these charges are cleared at all. And our last transaction was already reconciled. So we can skip that. So now let's go to the Apple High Yield Savings Account. I have a balance of $284.72. $284.72, so that has not changed. However, the APY for the Apple High Yield Savings Account has dropped again. It's dropped from 4.25 to 4.10. So we need to change the name of this again. And we'll save that. All right, that is done. Let's go to my Ally High Yield Savings Account. Oh, I deleted it off my phone. Let's open it up on the iPad. Okay, so my account is showing zero balance, which is correct. So the 224 and the 674, 73 was moved over. So we have nothing left in here. So this looks good. And then for my Ally card, this card, as you can see on the screen, I have not used this card since July of 2023. So it's been a little over a year since I've used this card, and they closed it. They did send me an email saying that they were going to close it for um, for not being used, basically. But I didn't end up using it because there was no need for me to use it. This card, I mean, most of the stuff that I was using this card for were before I left. Before I moved over here for work. So it was a lot of last minute shopping and eating out and buying stuff to get ready to move. So I ran it up, but the credit limit on this card wasn't that high. So that's why I didn't really use this card that much, because they didn't really increase the limit on this card for me that much. So, and I already had cards. Even though this card is good, it doesn't have an annual. There's no annual fee for this card, or anything, or a monthly fee or anything like that. It was just a low credit limit compared to the other credit cards that I do have. So I didn't have a need to use this one. Another thing is, like, with this card, there's no perks for this card. You don't get any cash back. There's no rewards points or anything like that. It's just the credit limit. So there was no incentive to actually use this card. So that really deterred me from actually using it. So this card is now closed. So now we're going to have to close this card on YNAB, which is fairly easy. I don't have to move. I'm not going to move any of these transactions. All the transactions will stay. I'll just be closing the account on here. So I'm going to come over here to the pencil to edit the card, and I'm going to unlink the account first. So now it's no longer linked. Then I'm going to edit it again, and now I can close the account. And once I close the account, it's just going to show down here at the bottom under closed. And just like that, the account is closed. So when I open it up down here at the bottom for my closed cards, I have that one plus my First Premier card. Ooh, this card right here is a horrible card. Never get that card. Unless, I mean, in my situation, my credit was really, really bad. And so that was the only card that actually gave me a chance. But it's a bad card. It's such a bad card. But it helped me build my credit for sure. For sure. And it helped me to be better at managing my spending a little bit. I say a little bit. Because this card, this First Premier card, it has an annual fee plus a monthly fee. And after a while, I just stopped using it. So I was just paying. So you can see all the months. I really wasn't using it. It was just mostly just the monthly fee for a while. I was just paying the monthly fee for it. There was nothing else for me to actually use it for after a while. So anyway, now that card's closed, and you don't have to worry about it anymore, we can now go to the budget. Oh, I forgot Wealthfront. How did I forget that? This was the money I moved over from the checking account. It should, I don't know why it didn't just show a link, or maybe just because it was already, if it did it, but. All right, shows I have a balance of $20,080.08, $20,080.08. Let's reconcile. So we're good to go. And most of this money that's in my high yield savings account, most of this is for my sinking funds, for when I move, and then the other half is for my new car. So I'm trying to save up $10,000 by the end of the year for the new car, and then for the rest of my time here, it'll be going towards having 2 months worth of expenses readily available for when I move. All right, so all of that is good to go. Let's get to the budget. So I have one overspent category. Well, first off, let me see how much the paycheck was. $2214.56. Okay, so let's put that for next month. $2214.56. All right, so that's my next month money, so I'm not going to touch that. So let's minimize it. So this is what I have to spend. And let's see what I have overspent on. Of course, shopping. And this is free money for me to use for whatever I want. This was my reimbursement from work for having to have money for food and for the hotel stays that were not already paid for and everything. So this, I'm going to put I'm going to use this money to cover my overspending, and then the extra I'm going to put towards the car. So for my shopping, let's see, because I had made 2 actual Amazon orders, because I used my dad's, because I no longer have Amazon Prime right now, because where I'm at, I can't get next day shipping or 2-day or 1-day shipping, so what's the point of having it? And I don't really watch the Amazon videos, so I canceled my Amazon Prime account. And so when Prime Day comes and things like that, I just asked my dad if I could use his account, and I just used my card and info to put in it. So the stuff that was available to be purchased with a discount for the Prime deal, I used on his account. So that's one payment, and then the rest of the stuff I just used on my regular Amazon, my Amazon account. So that's another 2 orders, because one of them came through on the Amex card and the other one's on the Apple card. So I'm going to add up both amounts and put the total amount that I spent in this assign column. If it pops up, the internet's going a little slow right now, but for the Prime deals, I spent $291.38. So I'm just gonna put this in my calculator right now. $291.38, and then hit the plus, and let's see what I spent on here. So on this first order, I spent, and some things I got for Christmas for decorating. So, oh my gosh, come on, $195.06. So let's add that, 195.06 plus, and then that was with the backup card, and then with my Apple card, I spent $331.11. Oh my goodness, I spent just about all of this money. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm scratching my head in disbelief. I knew it was a lot, but I didn't think it was that much. I did not think it was this much. Okay, it was $817.55. Yeah, so I only have $350. Well, to be fair, I haven't ordered from Amazon and since the last Prime Day. And when was that? It was like 3 months ago, 2 months, I think it was like 3 months ago. So I think that's good. So like what, $800 covering 3 months? Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey. Okay. But it's there. It's there. All right, so I have $350 left. And I'm going to put that towards the car. Oh, wait, no. I need to put that towards because I only have 174 left in family. Let's put let's put 125. I want to get this to 300. So what is that, 87 or 17? No, 27. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. Wait. There we go. 125.27. I don't know what I did, why that went to 152. That was a little weird. All right, so I'm going to move 125.27 from my checking account to my Navy Federal Savings account. So let's go ahead and add a transaction in here so I don't forget. 125.27. And we're going to save that. Okay. All right, so we have 224.99. Yeah, I'm gonna put the rest towards his car. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna click the assign button to car, new car, 224.99, 224.99. So let's do this, 224.99, and that's gonna go to Wealthfront. Save. All right, so let's go back to the budget. All right, so we have everything there. Now we're going to take this next month money. Again, this is my mid-month paycheck. So we're gonna take it out of the holding category. And then we're gonna go over to November and we're gonna start budgeting that out. Because my mid-month paycheck I always use to fund next month's bills and priorities. So for November, on the right side, it says I need $2,497.10 to fund all of my underfunded accounts. But this also includes my new car category, which I do not fund the new car category with my mid-month paycheck. I always use the end-of-month paycheck to fund for the car. So we're going to go section by section and cover what needs to be funded for November. So for my monthly bills, again, these are not monthly bills that I have right now. The only monthly bill that I currently have is for my phone. The rest of these I'm saving up for when I move in next summer. So we're going to have to go ahead and cover these, the underfunded for these. All right. So the car payment, the electrical, the internet, mortgage, rent and mortgage, and water, these are all going to be filled to cover the first 2 months from when I move. That way I don't have to worry about if I have money for this, and I can go ahead and buy things I need for when I get my house or a townhouse or apartment or whatever. I won't have to worry about money. I'll still be getting my work paycheck, but at least I know I still have money set aside for actual bills that I won't have to worry about spending on. My subscriptions, $196.54. And we don't have any subscriptions that are going to be coming out in the month of November. So let's go ahead and cover these. This screen will also look a little different because I did edit and added the target category too on here, so I can readily see what's my target for the month without having to actually click on it and say, oh, I need $11.99 each month as my target. I can just look at it and see, oh, I need $11.99. Oh, I need $43.94 for this. It's already there. And again, this is using the toolkit for YNAB, which is a Google extension. You can only get this by using Google Chrome. It's not in Safari. It's not in Firefox. It's not in the Microsoft Edge. Only in Google Chrome. All right, my true expenses. The only one of these that I'm using right now is the stuff I forgot to budget for and the ATM withdrawal. So let's go ahead and cover these. And I might not use this full 600. This might be changed down to 500. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at 600 for now, and then we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, my quality of life is good to go. I'm not purchasing any books anytime soon. I've been using Libby to read free books using my library card. So I want to finish reading books that I have on there, and plus I have books that I purchased that I have not even read yet. So I'm gonna read what I bought already before I start buying more books. Unless there is a pre-order for a book I really, really want by an author I really love, and it's a discounted pre-order, I might do it then. But for now, there's not anybody who is have a book coming out that I'm interested in, so I don't need this. My just for fun category is already funded. Oh, I do need to, I'm gonna have to add some money to the gaming category in October because The Sims 4 released a new expansion pack that I need. Okay, I don't need it, I want it. So I'm gonna be getting that. And usually expansion packs are like $30, $40. So I'm gonna have to add some money. I do have 100 in my stuff I forgot the budget for in October, so I might be using that. Not this money, October money. All right. So for giving, I need 23 here. Then for my sinking funds, all of this is in my wealth front. Saving up for car insurance, maintenance, registration, renter's insurance, maintenance, and deductibles. So I need $294.38 here. So let's go ahead and cover that. Now I have $458.12. And see where I have underfunded the $740.66. This is for the car. But I don't want to put that there. So let's put this $458. Where do I want it? Maybe I should put it in family. I should put it somewhere because right now I only have 300 in there. So let's add another 200 for November to bring it up to 500. 258.12. I think I'm going to put that in. I think I'm going to put that in travel. I think I'm going to put it in travel. Ooh, yeah. 258.12. There's a mosquito in here. Do I want to put it in travel? Do I? I don't know. I'm gonna have to use this money soon for travel. because we're going ahead and planning this trip because it'll be right at Thanksgiving, the trip. And so I'll need to go ahead and purchase the the ticket for the flight and the hotel. I know the ticket for the flight is going to be like, I think it's like $500 or so round trip. So I got $3,000 in travel right now. I don't know what I want to do with this money. Because I might need it. I'm going to put it in the holding because I haven't decided what I'm going to do it. Let's just put it in holding for now. Because I truly have no idea. I think I want to use it for travel. I think so, but I don't know yet. So I know you're supposed to give every dollar, every penny and every dollar a job, but I don't. I think I'm going to use this for travel, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So right now its job is to hold and wait. So that's that. Let's go back to October. I hope I don't have anything in my teeth. We're going to go to the stuff I forgot to budget for, and we're going to move $50 to gaming. We're going to move $50 to gaming. And this is for The Sims 4. Yes, because there's something I need to buy. And I think that is all that I have for this month. I've actually already assigned the money for the new car for this month. Did I did it for last month too? When did I do that? Maybe I did it when I got my last reimbursement, because I've been on like three or four work trips in the last 3 months. So I got a lot of reimbursement. Maybe that was for a reimbursement that I used the money for it. Oh no, I used it for the end of the month. Duh. The end of the month for September is used to fund the next month's car fund. So the end of October paycheck will be used to fund November. I have a brain fart. It's been about 43 minutes, so we are nearing the end of this video. Let's go back to my accounts. So I need to transfer money from my savings accounts, or from my checking account on Navy Federal to the savings. We're going to move over $125.27. Transfer, make transfer. Checking to savings, $125.27. Continue, make transfer. All right, and then we're going to make another transfer of $224.99, and this is from my checking to Wealthfront. And done. All right, so that is now pending. All right, so we are good to go. These are all the transactions that we have currently that are pending. So we have these accounts. We've reconciled everything. We've budgeted out November. We closed the Ally credit card. I still have to think about my Ally high yield savings account if I want to close that one. I believe they changed their APY as well. Because I don't think it's at, I don't know if it's still at 4.2. But it might be. I'm checking right now. Yeah, theirs is 4.0. So let's edit this to be 4.0. Save. All right, and then Wealthfront is still the same. I think, let me double check, because everything dropped again for some of them. Okay, yeah, so Wealthfront is still the same, 4.5%. So if you're interested in using Wealthfront for your high yield savings account, I will have a link in the description box for a referral. So if you use the referral link if you use my referral link for Wealthfront, once you actually add money to the Wealthfront account, you'll get an additional boost of 0.5% up for 3 months. So your money will actually have a 5% APY for 3 months. Then at the end of the 3 months, it'll revert back to the 4.5%, which is still higher than the other competitors, as you can see on here. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If you've enjoyed the video, or if you have any questions or feedback, or if you have any feedback on whether or not should I keep the Ally high yield savings open, or should I close it, or should I just keep the Apple high yield savings account and use that one? I think that one might be a better option than using the Ally one, because with the Apple high yield savings account, I can easily take the money out of there. I think I have to do some more research to see if I can just Apple send the money in my high yield savings account for Apple, if I can move that money to the Cash App easily or easier. Because I think it might be better to keep the money in the Apple high yield it is better to keep the money in the Apple high yield savings account versus my Navy Federal savings account, because of the APY. Because a regular bank savings account, you're only getting like 0.1 or 0.15% APY back, so it's not making much. As you can see here, like I'm getting 21 cents as my dividend, my interest earned for the month on the savings account. So it's really not doing anything except for just sitting there. So I could move that to my Apple high yield savings account. What do you think? Let me know. Well, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your weekend and enjoy the upcoming week. It's a 4-day week for me because I am off Monday and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably just play some Sims. So with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.